Today we're going to be talking about birds of prey.
That's a shame.
What? No, it's not a hawk. No, Hawk Girl is in the No, not in Birds of Prey. What? No, Hawk Girl's gonna be in the new movie, the Black Adam movie. No, he's not in this. No, they couldn't afford him for this one. He would have been in this anyway, right? Barbara Gordon started the group. Yeah, she was Batgirl. No, that's Batwoman. No, not Ruby Rose. Don't talk about my boo like that.
Boo this man!
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Greetings and salutations. Today I'm going to pick some low-hanging fruit from the marysue.com. Let's get into this article by my favorite weirdo, Rachel Leischman. Pretends to be a writer. Misogynists already bashing birds of prey without seeing it? Where have I seen this before?
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Donnie, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
So you can tell by the title of the article this is just nothing more than a hit piece from the Mary Sue.
Get your ass.
The movie isn't even out yet. Outrage has taken over the internet. Women taking over a genre typically dominated by men, ruining the childhoods of those who loved male-dominated films. How dare we females take the throne for ourselves? Well,
Damn you, you useless pustule.
there's room enough for... I believe it was Brie Larson said, I don't want to take seats away. I just want to add more seats. Isn't that what you should be doing there too, Rachel? Or is your misandry kicking in? Now, what year am I writing from? Is it from 2016? Is it from the 2016 Ghostbusters movie that was torn to shreds before it even came out? The movie ended up being trash. Or am I talking about 2017's Wonder Woman? A film that had literally no controversy. Gal Gadot handled herself with the beauty and grace that she carries herself with in everyday life. Maybe it's 2019's Captain Marvel. Brie Larson went on the attack first.
Thank you very much.
And started piping off at the mouth in the lead up to her first solo movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Or maybe I'm looking to the future of Black Widow, or what's happening right this second with Birds of Prey. First of all, there's no issue with Black Widow. Nobody has any problem with Scarlett Johansson, even though she holds some fringe political beliefs herself. She doesn't make it a point to throw that out in the lead up to her first solo movie in the MCU. So maybe the Bretard could learn something from ScarJo. And so you're talking about Birds of Prey, like we're not allowed to say, I don't want to see it. I love these people. Like Rotten Tomatoes completely moved the goalpost for Captain Marvel because it was getting quote unquote review bombed.
That's a shame.
You had a feature on your site called Want to See. If people didn't want to see it, they're free to voice their opinion on the tool on your site, your movie review aggregator site that says we don't want to see this. Okay? Just because it goes against your narrative doesn't mean that it's not valid, okay? So let's get that straight so I can get off this gif of this toothpick kicking open a door and trying to act tough. Time and time again, it's hard to have an honest critical conversation about these female-led movies because of men, misandry, and some women. Oh, there it is right there now. These, yeah.
You never go full retard. You went full retard. Never go full retard.
The internet trashing the movie in bad faith before we even get a chance to see it. So let's take a moment, buckle in, and explore why men, and again, some women on the internet continue to be the worst. I love how just because you disagree with their opinion, they're the worst. You're the worst, Rachel. Time and time again, we are confronted with the knowledge that in order for women to succeed in any given format, we have to fight an uphill battle to get there. Let's look at, for the sake of argument, because it was the most recent movie to go through this, Cat Pan Mediocre. Prior to release, it was dragged continually by men and some women who did not even see the movie yet. They just hated the idea of Marvel, which had previously been dominated by men, having their first female lead. No, we wanted a Black Widow movie years ago. Or a Scarlet Witch movie. Maybe it was because it wasn't Natasha Romanoff, which is a whole other subject, but it's probably more just the idea of a woman getting literally anything. I'm waiting for the Black Widow attacks next. I swear to God, I want to tweet her and ask her, like, if she has a functioning IQ. or somebody has to remind her to breathe, or else she'd suffocate herself to death just standing there. It's exhausting, which is the easiest way of putting it. We live in a world where any, quote, male nerd movie that stars a woman is going to get attacked before it's even on its feet. Birds of Prey is getting it in multiple ways. That's what she said. Even saying that the female leads lack, quote unquote, sex appeal because why? The men watched the trailer and didn't like that Harley Quinn said fuck off to the Joker? I didn't care about that. The Joker was trash in Suicide Squad. Pretty much like the entire Suicide Squad movie was trash. So, yeah. I would rather sit down and watch Batman vs. Superman than Suicide Squad. Okay? I'd watch Justice League 10 times before I watch Suicide Squad, the 40 minutes of Suicide Squad that I actually watched. When it comes down to it, I guess I want to know, when will this end? How many successful movies need to come out with women as the leads before we finally just have an acceptance of these movies? Do women need to start our own franchise and just run it from there, in the hopes that men on the internet don't find us? How'd Black Christmas work out for you? How'd that retread go? How'd that Charlie's Angels go for you? Ghostbusters 2016, Terminator Dark Fate, Ocean's 8. Go ahead, I can go on. You see where I'm going with this? I'd like for one female-led movie to come out without having to listen to angry men screaming about how it's bad before they've even laid eyes on it. And yes, I know that Wonder Woman 1984 and the unnamed Captain Marvel sequel will do well because the first installments did, but that's because both Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel had to be rallied behind by women everywhere because of said backlash. There was never any backlash to Wonder Woman. I would have loved to critically look at both Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel without feeling like any criticism would open the door for men on the internet to tank it and ruin whatever hopes I had for sequels. Granted, there wasn't much about either of these movies I would change, but that's not particularly the point.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I, like all the men who have come before me, want to look at a movie and go, without fear that no other female-led movie will happen in this genre as a result. I want to have the weight lifted off me so I can go into a movie and enjoy it without having to feel like I have to scream about it for months to counteract the jerks on the internet who hate anything that isn't filled with white men named Chris. Birds of Prey does have a white man named Chris, though. So, basically, how many successful female-led nerd movies have to happen before we can stop this frankly fucking stupid trend of bashing a movie nonstop just because it isn't filled with male heroes? When will the madness end?
Bring your face over here.
This is just so ridiculous. So let's run through some of these highly successful female-led franchises we've had, shall we? All right, so our first one on the list is, of course, Charlie's Angels, which I sat through firsthand in the theater, paid my money, and the 78% audience score is not indicative of the financial loss that this movie took, just because it was bad and preachy and woke. Black Christmas, same thing. Groovinator gave us the full rundown on this movie, and everybody seems to be in consensus. It was terrible, it was woke, it was preachy. There was nothing going on except man bad, woman good. That was it. Cat Pan mediocre. Well, the audience score says it all. I'm sorry, those aren't all review bombs. No, you moved the goalpost. You know this movie was average at best. You take everything out, it's average at best. Ghostbusters 2016, same thing. You take everything out of it and just sit down and watch the movie, it's just cringy. It's bad. It's not funny. The only one of those women that is actually funny, in my opinion, would be the young lady, Kristen Wiig. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Nobody likes Rey. I'm sorry. The merch doesn't sell. The numbers don't lie. The audience score on this movie is indicative of how bad it was. Not that a female lead, but a bad female lead. You know, next one, A Wrinkle in Time. Another story altogether. Well, I guess I'm not supposed to talk about A Wrinkle in Time because, well, Bree told me not to, and I should always listen to Queen Bree, right? I mean, God, what kind of man would I be if I didn't listen to a woman? Ocean's 8, because everybody was asking for a Sandra Bullock, Anne Hathaway-led caper based on the originally successful reboot of the Sinatra Rat Pack version, but the one with Brad Pitt and Ed Norton and all those guys. Yep. Here they come. That's what happens when videos like this get released. Leave the lady be. Here comes the white knights in the comment section. Groovinator knows what I'm talking about. So there it is, the Bot movie, a.k.a. the movie that they had to make about Harley Quinn packaged with other characters because she couldn't stand on her own. What do you guys think of this? Are you going to see it? You sitting it out? Me personally, not going to spend my money on it, not even 1 cent. Here's where you can find us on social media. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button. That's right. Subscribe. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Past podcasts available on Anchor, iTunes, and Spotify. And as I say at the end of every video, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. There's another video coming up next. So just be good and be good to each other.